Saturday, April 23rd. It is Saturn Day. All praise be to Saturn. Blessed be the Sabbath. In Mexico, Saturday is said in sábado. That's how you say Saturday. Zoe, stop it. Sorry, guys. I just threw some we weren't jogging at the beach, and when we get back and she goes jogging, I'll like give her dog bowl like a good little layer of peanut butter around the rim and all that. Give her something to do while she eats peanut butter. She loves peanut butter. Anyways, yeah, so you guys know what? Normally I do not make videos on Saturday. I respect the Sabbath. So we're running around the beach, having a great time. And when I came back, took a shower, decided to go get a beer, came back with my beer, started drinking my beer, and I was going over everything online. I realized I was behind on one of my dear friends, cyberspace friends, Wolf Bitten. So I decided to go over one of his, he had something live going on. So I went ahead and joined. I don't see it right here. I don't see it. Let me see if it pops up. Yeah, it's not up yet. And you know, so his debate was with an atheist, and it was a good debate, very civil. It was Lay Hunter, I believe, who was he was debating with. And to be honest, Lay, like most atheists, or self-proclaimed atheists, he's actually more of a pantheist. And so dealing with pantheism, we have to the whole debate definitely went into the dark energy, dark matter, which you guys know what I feel about that. That's called just basically black magic mumbo jumbo. You start talking about darkness and black holes and shadows, and that's just black magic mumbo jumbo to get people's to captivate people's minds. And so I decided, that's right. On Easter, I did tell everyone I wanted to do something about dark energy. Like I said, which is black magic. It's the same, and that's something they talked about, the babbling. Some words, like humans, sometimes say the same thing. They're looking at the same thing, but they're just calling it differently, and they argue about the word that they're babbling about. Like, if we look at the color green, like, someone will be like, no, that's blue, and someone else is like, that's red, and someone else is like, no, that's Mickey Mouse, and then someone else is like, no, that's moon, and then someone else is like, no, that's sun, and then someone else, and we're all looking at the same thing. It's the color green, but everyone is just babbling their own, opinion. And but anyways, yeah, you guys want to check out Hot Topics Bible study and debates. They have really good. He has really good stuff. But that's not that's where I left off at. And let's just go straight to it. Dark energy. And I said this over and over. This New World Order thing, this whole government statism, religion, pseudoscience religion, is based on mumbo jumbo, word salad, enchanting people, captivating their imaginations, bunch of cartoons. I've said it over and over and over, but I haven't really gotten into it. And here's where I'm gonna say this black magic, New World Order religion is based on dark energy. It's not even gravity. Gravity was a failure. Everyone knows gravity failed on so many different levels, pun intended, especially on the plane, this material plane that we are all experiencing. And so gravity has failed us. There's they had to come up with something new, something different, and so here we've already gone beyond arguing the shape of Earth. And we've moved forward onto the shape of the universe, or the shape of existence, the shape of cosmology, the cosmological shape. And I'm so glad everyone has been able to move forward in reality with these concepts. And when we start talking about the shape of cosmology, the shape of reality, the shape, like, there's only two possibilities. And we've seen it. I've already, like, on the science news reviews, we've already seen what they're doing. They're talking about space bubbles, and they're gonna literally move slowly towards that the universe is most likely spherical as opposed to being flat. And it's been moving slowly because they're like, there's so much mass, there's so much matter, it has to completely curve, because according to them, the more mass, the more matter, the more curvature. Because if there isn't any mass or matter, locally, asymptomatic, like locally, it's flat. They literally have said this over and over. And so here's where we start talking about it. So gravity has failed, and in order to account for gravity's failure, they've used black magic, straight up black magic, mumbo jumbo, bunch of different words. It's a word salad, and they say they call it dark energy, which basically means black magic, because if you're practicing black magic, that's the energy you're taking from the darkness. So that's dark energy. It's really simple. It's not hard to understand. Like, and then you're like, no, that can't be true. You're like, no, yeah. And you use spelling to cast spells to enchant others to believe in darkness. You're like, no, this can't be true. Like, yes, it is true. The spells come from spelling. Everyone's like, oh no, this guy. But yep. So dark energy, let's go into it. We're going to go ahead and go straight up. So 4 months ago, the very first one. Oh, you know what? Look, 11 months ago, I'm so sorry, but that 45-minute one is too long. There's one right there, 11 minutes, 11:11, and 10:04, and 6:21. Let's start. Oh, that one's 6 years ago. This one's 11 days ago. And they're literally holding it like the Globus Cruciger. Have I explained it over and over? The Globus Cruciger is something that goes all the way back to Hermetic teachings. And then it came out of the Romans, the Babylonian Grecos, and then the Romans, and so forth and so forth. So should we make fun of Neil deGrasse Tyson first, or should we make fun of the Globus Cruciger? Let's make fun of Neil deGrasse Tyson. He says the darndest things.
What is the universe made of? This is a question that humans have been asking since we first looked up into the night sky. The universe is thought to consist of 3 types of substance: regular matter, dark matter, and dark energy. Regular matter consists of the...
Wow, and look, there is no proof of dark matter. There's no dark matterites, and there's no proof of dark energy. There's no dark energites. None of these particles exist. According to their own atomism, those are virtual particles that do not exist and cannot be accounted for. Totally postulated, hypothetical, theoretical, imaginary, fairy tale crap.
Atoms that make up stars, planets, human beings, and every other visible object in the universe.
We look in the universe and we see the effects of gravity, and let's add up all the stars and galaxies and planets and comets and black holes, everything we know about, to account.
Here it comes, everyone. Here it comes. This is where the failure of gravity. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Brace yourselves. Hold on to your chairs. Strap yourselves down. Make sure you don't go flying out of your chairs when you hear this. Gravity.
For this gravity that we see. And when you add in the dark matter, this extra gravity, it turns the universe into the universe that we see. That's why we know the dark matter is real. We don't know what it is, but we know it's there because we can't make the universe as we see it unless we put this extra gravity into our simulations to match the gravity that we see.
In the last 6
Did you guys hear that? And I literally spun it a couple times around because I know you fell out of your chairs. You must have been affected by the Coriolis effect right now, okay? That was the Coriolis effect. And you spun around and fell out of your chair. Like, you were comfortably on your couch, you know, especially if you're a globehead. If you're a flat earther, you're probably like, you know, like jogging, walking, bicycling while watching, or, you know what I mean? And not bicycling, but rather you're like, yeah, some of these flat earthers like Samuel, like, oh man, they're hardcore. They don't mess around. They will go bicycling while doing science. Okay, so yeah, so maybe some of them, yeah, I don't know. So let's go ahead. It's too funny.
decades, NASA, along with its international partners and thousands of researchers, have expanded our knowledge of the universe by using a full fleet of telescopes and satellites. They have been exploring the evolution of the universe from the Big Bang to the present.
The cosmic microwave background, a record of the earliest moments of the Big Bang. Then it takes a little time to make your first stars. We call it the Dark Ages. Stars are made, galaxies are...
Wow. The Dark Ages? So darkness created all of this. Everything he's talking about. And I've already explained over and over to everyone. These guys are not representing the light. They are representing the darkness. Biblically speaking, okay, the darkness created the light using sound. We've gone over this. We've gone over the biblical scriptures. We've gone over what other people have said that have interpreted that and have been supposedly scientists, historical scientists, okay? And we've gone over this on how it means in this time and era. It is simply the same thing, babbling. They're going over and over with the darkness, how the darkness created the light. The darkness created it. And then when you, like I said it over and over, when you break it down, it doesn't even say that. It literally says that that sound and light are frequency. That's what they're trying to say. But because of spelling, language, babbling, misinterpretation, disinformation, and personal biased opinions is totally like ruining everything for everyone.
Made, galaxies mature, we come up to the present day, 13.7 billion years later, and that telescope, Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe, made this measurement. And so it's a pretty coherent picture of the earliest moments of the universe.
The Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe satellite returned data that allowed astronomers to precisely assess the age of the universe to be 13.77 billion years old.
That's totally debatable. And I can go ahead and list Dirac, Dick, D-I-C-K-E, Dick. I could literally list a bunch of different old school scientists, heavy side. I could go on and list these different scientists that argued about all of this stuff at a specific convention when all the scientists were called in. There was even a woman scientist at this time. No, Nikola Tesla was not even invited. In fact, they made sure he wouldn't show up.
And to determine that atoms make up only 4.6% of the universe, with the remainder being dark matter and dark energy. For the first 150 million years after the Big Bang, there were no galaxies or stars or planets. As time passed, the first stars formed. Stars collected into galaxies. Galaxies began to cluster together. Clumps of matter smashed into each other, and the planets in our solar system began to form around the sun.
Okay, that's a big problem. We all know that. If you've been following this channel, we've gone over what Isaac Newton said. He said that is a very big problem. Why did one or two of the three or four of the five celestial bodies within the Milky Way galaxy decided to become stars as opposed to others that did not become stars? That is a very huge problem, especially in our own solar system. Only one of the celestial bodies decided to somehow become a helio-nuclear fission reactor, as according to what they're saying right now in mainstream media. Even Isaac Newton said himself, as he wrote those letters to his colleague Bentley, that was a big problem, and there's only one solution to that problem, that being that it's only proof of an intelligent creator or God, as you want to call it. So whatever you want to say. Yeah, literally that's what he was trying to say. He said it, actually. It wasn't trying to say it. He said it. That it didn't make sense, logically speaking, without including the philosophical agent of a God.
Our solar system, galaxies, and clusters of galaxies are all held together by gravity. However, something just doesn't add up. Galaxies seem to be achieving an impossible feat. They are rotating with such speed that the gravity generated by their observable matter could not possibly hold them together. They should have torn themselves apart long ago. The same is true of galaxies and clusters, which leads scientists to believe that something we cannot see is at work.
Particle physicists are convinced that it might be an exotic particle that doesn't interact with us.
I've explained to you guys the word convinced, con men, confidence, con. That's what that, like, con men. All right? I don't have to be convinced of anything. And you know, earlier watching that whole debate on Hot Topics with Wolfbitten and Lee, I gotta say that I don't, like, he's right. If you're a real atheist, you don't have to be convinced of anything. Like, you can't convince me. Do you got the facts or not? It's real simple. You can't con me. You cannot con me. Do you understand that? All right? Put a CGI and try your hardest. Pull out your favorite special crayons and draw me your best picture. Then beg me on your knees, sucker.
Interact with our light, with our telescopes, but that it has gravity. So these particles are doing their own thing. Invisible to us, but otherwise attracting our matter into nucleating us among them.
This mysterious substance, called dark matter, makes up the bulk of a galaxy's mass and forms the foundation of our universe's large-scale structure. Because dark matter does not emit, absorb, or reflect light, its presence is only known through its gravitational pull on visible matter in space.
It may be that the dark matter is not matter at all.
It may be not. Bitch ass sucker.
It's the gravity from ordinary matter from a nearby other universe in the multiverse, whose gravitational influence we feel. And
here we go. With imaginary forces, imaginary gods, imaginary. Come on, dude. You trick ass sucker. You can't convince me of this crap.
Here we are, saying, ooh, we have a mysterious gravity, call it dark matter. Really, it's just ordinary matter doing its thing in an adjacent universe. We don't have data for this, but we have good theoretical and philosophical reasons to think that a multiverse exists.
Oh my goodness! Now in the coffin again. Philosophical. This crap you just told me has now been deduced based on philosophical grounds. Trick ass sucker! Give me 5 on the white-black side.
NASA telescopes have helped us better understand this mysterious, invisible matter that is 5 times the mass of regular matter. The first direct detection of dark matter was made in 2007 through observations of the bullet cluster of galaxies by the Chandra X-ray telescope. Another strange thing happening in the universe has been spotted by the Hubble Space Telescope. The observations of very distant supernovae showed that, a long time ago, the universe was actually expanding more slowly than it is today. However, the expansion of the universe has not been slowing due to gravity, as everyone thought. It has been accelerating. No one expected this. No one knew how to explain it. But something was causing it.
Oh, wow. You mean your mathematical, theoretical nonsense is a failure? Trick ass sucker!
Some mysterious pressure in the vacuum of space acting opposite the force of gravity. Whatever it is, we call it dark energy. That's our placeholder term to
we call it your mama, bitch.
describe what we observe. The acceleration of the universe. Nothing known will stop this. So there's been some concern that maybe space does not have the flexibility.
Oh man, here comes the apocalypse. Oh, all y'all trick ass suckers are about to get like stretched out into nothingness, yo. This is so hilarious. Oh wow, this is funny. What is? Oh man, look. If you're stupid enough to, if someone convinced you of this, okay, you a trick.
Ability necessary to allow
look how flat
such
that
rapid
shit is,
expansion. And might space care in some way previously unimagined? And what does that even mean? Does the question even have validity?
Scientists still don't know what the correct explanation is. This energy, in whatever form, is needed to reconcile the measured geometry of space with the total amount of matter in the universe.
Have you guys ever considered that it's all wrong to begin with, and that's why none of this makes sense, and insanity comes into play? Yep. Newtonian insanity.
Turns out that roughly 68% of the universe is dark energy. Dark matter makes up about 27%. The rest, everything on Earth, everything observed with all of our instruments, all normal matter, adds up to less than 5% of the universe. The universe is far from being fully understood.
They know less than 5% of what's going on. And when you say, like, what about the brain? They're like, we know less than 5% of how the brain works. Then when you ask them, show us where the mind is, they're like, we have less than 0% to know where the mind is.
There are many different theories as to what dark matter and dark energy actually are, but scientists have been searching for these elusive entities for decades. Recently, new methods of
wow. How long have Muslims, Christians, and Catholics been searching for the elusive God? Oh, that's right. Einstein, Isaac Newton, Copernicus, Galileo, Darwin. Oh, that's so... Pasteur. Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. Globeds are not actually atheists. They're just misinformed Catholics.
Detecting these entities have been developed, which could lead to a significant breakthrough in our understanding of the universe. So, how do scientists even begin to detect what they can't see?
in science, in
Pray?
astrophysics in particular, you have the capacity to measure something, even if you don't know what it is. For example, you could measure the fact...
Whoa. That is beautiful. Look at that image. Look at that image, everyone. People are standing outside doing science, questioning both the church and the state, questioning both the Pope, the bishops, the priests, and the presidents, the dictators, the political bodies that push all governments, the congresses and whatnot. That is beautiful. When I started, first of all, when I postulated the electric flat earth theory, which is actually a misnomer. Everyone knows that's a misnomer. And I did that intentionally just only to grab everyone's attention. If anyone has paid attention, it's more like the electro-interactive dimensional plane of existence. You would come to see how frequency and existence actually are the same thing. Beyond that, like, honestly, like, going outside to do science, you see yourself. That, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to, like, push it like the globalists will be like, they'll push it like, oh, that's because you're insignificant. You're not enough. You're not smart enough. You're not creative enough. You're not big enough. You're not tall enough. You're not huge enough. You're not awesome enough. You're insignificant. You are nothing. You cannot map out reality. And in my view, I've been telling everyone, it's like, why would you think you could map out reality? Like, do you think you're a god? Because, like, that is literally what you're trying to do. If you're trying to map out reality, or you're trying to define all of existence, are you trying to be a god? So I get it. You know what I mean? You don't want to hear what other gods, the story about gods, and how gods know everything. But then you yourself, do you know everything? Like, and I am so happy that I watched the Hot Topic debate earlier. And Lee did a great job. He's a great example of being aware of the difference between being an atheist and not an atheist, even though some of his comments were obviously pantheist-like comments. But then again, when he started talking about his own family, he started talking more Christian. So I like, honestly, like, that blew me away. I'm glad more people like that. I see more people like that exist. Where the babbling doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you and everyone else are trying to tell me. It doesn't matter. I experienced life as I experienced it. Simply put. Okay? You cannot make me believe in a dark matter or a dark energy or a gravity. Those words are synonymous to spirits, gods, and even the word frequency. Boom. There it is there. I mean, like, I have to actually add that in on my own. The word frequency is nothing but a word. You have fields, you have particle waves. Like, there's a lot of things can be defined. When you ask atomists to explain a field, they cannot explain it. And by field, I mean like an electromagnetic field. They have no real definition for that. And I've already proven that some of what they're trying to babble on to other people to believe is not even definable. It's descriptive. I totally explained that space-time curvature was not a definition. We looked it up together on one of my last videos. It came up to being a description. Okay? Anyone could give a description. A child can describe any object. A monkey can describe an object, believe it or not. Dogs can describe an object. Okay? My dog can bark different barks based on different toys that I show her. So, all right? Parrots can do that.
Even if you don't know what it is. For example, you could measure the fact that something is falling to the ground, but not know what it is or what's causing it or why. But you can measure it. You can measure the sun moving across the sky, build calendars based on that, and not even know that Earth goes around the sun. You can make all manner of measurements and not know what's causing.
Whoa. He said, he's like, you can measure the sun is moving, but still imagine that you're the one moving, not the sun. Listen to this sucker.
We measure this thing we're calling dark matter. We measure this phenomenon, dark energy, that's forcing the universe to accelerate.
Phenomenon. I want you all to look that definition up, okay? Then tell me how you can measure a phenomenon.
Rebecca Liang is an astroparticle physicist at the SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory at Stanford University. She believes that Jupiter is an ideal candidate for detecting dark matter.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to keep interrupting, but there's that word believe. Matter of fact, here's what I'm gonna do. This is too stupid. I'm gonna back it up. Right? I'm gonna press play and not say anything anymore.
It's falling to the ground, but not know what it is or what's causing it or why. But you can measure it. You can measure the sun moving across the sky, build calendars based on that, and not even know that Earth goes around the sun. You can make all manner of measurements and not know what's causing it. We measure this thing we're calling dark matter. We measure this phenomenon, dark energy, that's forcing the universe to accelerate.
Rebecca Liang is an astroparticle physicist at the SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory at Stanford University. She believes that Jupiter is an ideal candidate for detecting dark matter. Jupiter has a large surface area compared to other solar system planets. It can capture more incoming particles than any other solar system object. Liang has been working on detecting dark matter for years. In April of 2021, she presented the first dedicated gamma-ray analysis of Jupiter using 12 years of data from the Fermi telescope, which showed evidence for the first time of an astrophysical source of gamma rays. However, she found no signs of dark matter. In the continuing search for dark matter in our universe, scientists believe to have found a unique way to use exoplanets as powerful detectors. According to Yuri Smirnov, a particle theorist at Ohio State University, one of the best parts of using exoplanets as dark matter detectors is that it doesn't require any new types of instruments such as telescopes or searches that aren't already being done.
This cartoon, bro.
When the gravity of exoplanets captures dark matter, the dark matter travels to the planetary core, where it annihilates and releases its energy as heat.
I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. According to this cartoon, let's continue watching. My bad. I'll try to keep quiet. I apologize, honestly. That is so bad of me.
The more dark matter that is captured, the more it should heat up the exoplanet. This heating could be measured by NASA's James Webb Space Telescope. An infrared telescope scheduled to launch in October that is planned to succeed the Hubble Space Telescope. Webb will observe many statistics of galaxy evolution, and scientists can compare these observations to theories of the role that dark matter played in that process, leading to some understanding of the amount and nature of the dark matter in galaxies. In 2025, NASA is planning to launch the Roman Space Telescope, which is designed to unravel the secrets of dark energy and dark matter, search for and image exoplanets, and explore many topics in infrared astrophysics. If successful, this would no doubt be one of the most groundbreaking scientific discoveries that may change our understanding of our existence in the universe as we know it. Thanks for watching. Did you like this video? Then show your support by liking, subscribing, and ringing the bell to never miss videos like this.
6,600 likes. Oh my god. Okay, so bam! I just like that shit. Okay, so show me your dark energy. Show me your dark matter. Show me your gravity god. Okay? When you show me those three, I want you to grab some space, time, and I want you to stretch it. I want you to distort it. And I want you to prove to me that it exists. Do you guys even science, bro?